Hello and welcome to another installment of the God Factor broadcast. I know that you have been growing through the sowing of the word, and today we want to give you more.
Today we are going to read a Bible passage to you, and it's coming from Corinthians 3.
1 Corinthians 3, and it reads, I planted, Apollos watered, but God all the while was causing the growth. So neither is the one who plants nor the one who waters anything, but only God who causes the growth. He who plants and he who waters are one in importance and esteem, working together to the same purpose. But each will receive his own reward according to his own labor. For we are God's fellow workers, his servants working together. You are God's cultivated field, his garden, his vineyard, God's building.
And I was reminded of, when she was reading that passage, is I'm the one that loves to plant. I'll take a seed, put it in the ground, and I just love to watch things grow. And once it grows and produces whatever fruit there is, I pass it along to my sister here. I always say, hey, here, do something with this. And it's part of what our ministry is all about. That we are many members, but there's one body in Christ. Right. One takes it, that new member, they take that member, take them under their wings, and they nourish it and all. But then it takes somebody else to be able to see what is actually in that person, and to cultivate and to bring out the fruit. So again, it's like the scripture said, one planted, one water, but in it all, it is God who gets the increase. And because it takes time, it takes all kinds of people to work with all kinds of people.
Right.
And I'm reminded even in our garden of the different types of plants that we have. Some of our plants that we bought, they started out just like a seedling, but that plant had already grown, and it was in a small container. But we took that plant in that small container, we put it in a bigger container. It needed room to grow, to expand, in order for it to produce the fruit that it was supposed to produce. So it takes all kinds of people to help to develop us as Christians. It's not a one person's job. It's not a one man's job. Many members, but it's one body. And in all of it, I can't take all of the credit for it. She can't take all of the credit for it. It's everybody working together. The scripture said, we are all servants. We are all just servants doing our part to help to develop, each other.
Right. We all have a part to play.
Yes.
It's as simple as that. I can't do her job. She like digging in the dirt. That's not me.
So I do my part.
So she do her part.
And I pass it on.
And she pass it on to me. Now I like to cook and to preserve different things. I would try different things. And that's the way the body of Christ is. We are not all gonna grow the same way. We don't grow in the same direction. We all have different jobs to do. And we have to learn what our jobs are. What is our purpose?
Yes.
We need to learn that. And once we learn that, we have to also remember there's others coming up behind us.
Yes.
So that we can teach them
Yes.
the things that we have learned,
Yes.
so they can grow.
Yes. Yes.
But in all of this, we still have to stay in our lane, put it so to speak. Like I said, we can't I can't do your job, you can't do my job. Even though sometimes you can, but that's where God planted you.
Yes.
We have to
Yes.
learn to bloom where we are planted.
Yeah, and in that is one thing that I have learned in planting. This year was the first year that I planted bulbs, and I wanted to see, what the bulb would do. And the bulb came with directions. It said that, with one of the bulbs, it said to turn it up when you plant it. And one said it didn't matter how you planted it, just put the bulb in the dirt. And then, because it was the first time that I did that, I was getting a little anxious because I'm looking for something to come up right away.
Follow the directions.
And it didn't come up right away. And that's how we are today. So often we look for things to happen right away. But it doesn't always happen right away. It takes time. And I have to be careful because I'm anxious and I get excited about things growing when I see it. So, and we have to be careful because I was at the point when I planted the elephant ear. I planted the lily and the lily came up. It took a little time, but the lily came up faster, sooner than the elephant ear. So once I saw the lily, I was expecting the elephant ear to come up the same time because I planted them at the same time. But it doesn't always work that way. And I was about to dig that elephant ear up because I didn't see the results that I thought that I would see in time. So we have to be careful even in our Christian walk where we are planted, where people are planted at. We don't be so careful to uproot from a place where God has planted you just because you don't see the results when you think you ought to see the results. It's all in God's timing, His plan, His purpose.
That's right. And we all do not
Develop
the same way.
Yes.
Like, you may be a fast bloomer,
Yes.
but I'm not.
Yeah, it takes
It
time.
takes time.
Yeah.
I may just sit back and watch,
Yes.
and you may just, you hear the word and you just, swoop, take off.
Take off with it. Yeah.
But another person may not be like that.
Yeah.
Not to say that they're not growing,
Yes. But at what
but
pace?
at,
They
right,
grow
at a different pace, a different rate.
Yes, yes. So that's all a part of ministry. Being able to, different ones, being able to see the gifting that is in a person and being able to cultivate, being able to take that time with that person in order for them to grow and to develop in what God has called them to.
Be.
Thank you for tuning in to the God Factor broadcast here at Rabboni Kingdom Church International. But we don't want you to miss on next week where we will continue our segment in Growing Through Sowing.